In this video I'm going to be showing how to clean the power valve, because I think the power valve stuck up with carbon. Because if you listen when I turn the key, I'll just go round to this side, it seems to be going slow. I'll just show up the exhaust as well. Show up the power valve when you turn the key. That's it turning there. So to me it seems to be running slow, the power valve. When you turn the key on and off, it's still turning to fully open when you look up the exhaust. I'm going to get the seat off, get the tank off, get the rad scoops off. I'll disconnect the power valve from this side, the cables first, and then we take the power valve out from the other side. So that's the tank and the seat and everything off. There's a power valve there and a power valve there and a power valve servo motor there and one there. I'll put one on, unplug the plug on that and just see how quick it turns over. I know it's not rigged up to the cables, but I'll just listen, because I might be just wrong. Because if you listen, that might just sound normal, but to me it seemed slow. But I'll try one of them now anyway. I've just plugged the other servo motor into it. That's it there. I'll just try and keep hold of it. I'll rest it somewhere while I turn the key. It just sounds the same, to be honest, but I'll still clean the power valve. Right, I'll turn the key now. It just sounds the same as the other. That's number 2. And I've got a couple more. I may as well just test them out now, because they were just in a drawer. I'll test them out while I'm doing this, and I know they're working. This one's number 5. I'll just rest it in there and test it. That one's alright as well. Then I've got number 3. Rest it in there again. That one's alright as well. This one's number 4. Just rest it in there again. That one's broke, that one. Good job I checked. That's all the power valves tested with the power valve servos. That's the one what's on. I don't think I've showed a picture of that yet, so I'll rig it back up and turn the key. Seems alright. I'm going to take that off first and turn the key and see if the power valve's set. It should be. See on the black bit there, there's a circle behind it. That's set there. Just turn the key. That's it. Just set them. If this black bit's if it's down here and it's not lined up with the hole, you slacken these cables. You pull that round and you put like a bolt or an Allen key through that black bit, so it goes into the hole behind. Then you tighten these up. You obviously take the Allen key out of there. Then when the two adjusters are tightened up, just try the key and it should go back like that. That's fully open there. So if you were to disconnect your power valve now and put something through the top of there into the hole, that would make your bike pinned open. I just used to grind a nail down or a drill bit and put it in. But that's that anyway. So we're going to slacken these off, because it pushes the cables into there and you can get them off the easier. This is just a tip. It's an M-Reg bike, but it's got the CDI on the back of the oil bottle, because I put all I think of a 2002 or 3, all the wiring harness, the engine, the carb, because the bike was purple. This is just a tip. Before, when the power valve motor number 4 was on and it was spinning round and backwards and everything, when the CDIs broke on this model, the one on the back of the oil bottle, the big one, when the bike starts, that just goes to there and locks that black thing. It should go up there as you're revving it and drop as you let the throttle off, but it goes to there because this is one to spin all the way. So if you ever buy a bike and it's pinned open, just be thinking, oh, the CDI unit might be broke, or this might be broke. But like I say, oh, a flat battery does it as well, makes that spin funny. But I've had a few what's the CDI unit's broke, but and they've been pinned, but it still works everything else. Just one to think of if you're going to go and buy one. All this is off because I've got two indicators there with the brackets on. I'm going to put them on, take these, there's a bolt missing out there, take these off, put them on, find the wires in there wherever they're at. Might have to take the headlight off, but I'll do that now. And another thing I was going to say, on the power valve, this cable here is short and that cable's long. I'll show when they took off. So now I've got the front light off anyway, and there's the indicator wires there. There'll be a black and green, and there'll be a double earth somewhere, like a black one with two connectors. There it is down there, I think. Oh, there it is. So I'll put an indicator in now. Let's see which one's which. That one without the little slot. See the slot goes on the bottom so no rain gets in. So that's this side one. The right if you're on the bike. So that's the black one in. This wire's brown. But I know on these, the brown one goes to the green wire. You would think it would go to the brown. If you can see down there, there's the brown in my hand now. There's the green. This brown one goes to the green. As far as I can remember anyway, but we'll plug it in, see. So it's brown to green. That's the brown into the green. So that's right. And then on the other indicator, vice versa. So I'll take them out and put that one on now. That's that side on as well. I've just plugged it down, but that one's got a brown wire going into the brown, as that one has a brown going into the green. So I don't know if this has been replugged or not, or I might have just be wrong what I was saying before, but I was certain one was green and one was brown, vice versa. Anyway, I'm going to put all them plugs back into that boot, put the light on. I think the side light might work without the engine running, I'm not too sure. But if you look there on this part of the steer bracket, there's a little metal bit and it's got a rubber bung on. The headlight has to fit over that and then push onto it that way. So you clip that bottom over the little ledge there, you can see it over the little rubber stopper. Clip it over there, then you push your light back. So we'll give it a go now, see what the indicators are like. But this is the right one. This is the left one. Just check the horn. Horn's working. Try the back one. The back one's working alright. That's alright. I've got a new proper Yamaha sticker, the original one, but this is all scraped underneath. So I'm going to wait till the good one comes up, then put the sticker on the proper one I've got. I've got another one for another part somewhere. I think it's one of the side panels. Next, we've still got to get the power valve off, so I'll take them cables off next. I've sprayed WD-40 on them before, but that one looks like a new one. I don't know if I put that on when I rebuilt it, I can't remember. But we'll take them out anyway. It's best because these snap in here. It's best to hold that one tight and slacken this 10mm as that's hold it tight. So we'll do that now. So that one come out alright, I did that one. Just move the nuts all the way up to the top, then screw them into there. So that's them two screwed in now. See how stacked the cables are. If I pulled them out with a pick, they'd both pop out. But I'm going to get them out from here. So we'll just pull that one out of there. And once that one's off, push that cable in my hand down like that, so it's dead slack down there, and move the power valve round. And if you watch up there on the servo when I move the valve round, you'll see it's pushed the cable slack, so it should just slide off. And that's that one out. It was in dead tight in that hole there. Just had to pull it out with the pliers. I'll just pop that out of there. So that's the two cables out. I'll hook them off this black thing, and then you've got to screw the cables back out once they're off this black pulley. That's one off. Just found it easier to push that cable in, so I'll try it with this one as well. Let's pop the cable out there, and the slot out from the back of this black thing. I'll show it when this black pulley's off. So now we'll wind the cables off like that, now that they're disconnected. That's both cables off. If you can see, from nipple to nipple. Even though that's got a bend in it, I'll just straighten it up. Even though that's got a bend in it, it's still smaller. That one goes on this side of the power valve, and the longer one goes on there. Next, the best way, before I take that black pulley off, to get the power valve out, it comes out in two halves. I'm going to put something in the top of there, and it'll lock this, and leave this bolt on. That means the power valve's still stuck still. So when I take the cap off the other side, there's an Allen key in it. It'll come out, because if you don't lock this, it'll just spin, and the Allen key will just turn and turn and turn, and you've got to put something up the exhaust hole, like the end of a hammer, something wooden, so it doesn't damage the power valve, just to lock the power valve to keep it still. But like I say, you'd lock the power valve this way, and it'll be easy to get the big long bolt out. Just before I take the cap off, I'm just going to see if the power valve turns free or not. That's tight-ish. But if you look early on in the video, I noticed this cable, the short cable, what goes to there, when I was turning the key, when the power valve was going whichever way it was going, I can't remember, I'm drunk, but when the power valve was stopping, this cable was jerking, and it was making it slow down. So I'm definitely going to take the power valve out. So I found that, pushed through that hole. Went right through. That's how you can lock your power valve. I was on about it before. Something like that. As long as you make sure you disconnect your power valve servo, because if that's locked, your servo is still working and it's not moving that, it's going to burn your servo out. So I'll get this cap off. And when you get this off, don't try and wedge it off there, because loads of them always snap there. If it's on tight, which I don't know if it is or not, get it from there, and from underneath, and from this side, and from up here. Just don't go near that, it's too thin. Get that off anyway, and behind it there'll be a Allen key. So I've had loads, the power valves are in two halves, as I said earlier, and I've had loads where the big long bolt's been tightened, where people must think it needs to be flush with the power valve end on this side, and it snaps the bolt snapped in the other half of the power valve. So I'll show it anyway when I take it out. That's it, nearly out. Just like I see, keep away from here. I've been banged in there and underneath and pulling it and putting the screwdriver in there. It's nearly out, but I just want to show this when I've been banging, because I've been putting the screwdriver in there so it goes over there and pushing so it leaves it out. But if you watch, see it. If you look there, that's where I'm looking now. Something slack. So it might be the engine mount or the back spindle. Doesn't really matter about them ones. I never put them on if they've got them on, because it's all tight. But bolt down, it's the other side in there, round about this area, where the gear stick goes. It might need that, but I'll check that anyway. But like I say, that's I was just showing that up, and that's just come off by look. That's it there. See how caked up it is. I'll put that in the ultrasonic cleaner. There's the power valve. You can see that bolt, what I was on about, Allen key bolt, how it doesn't sit flush. Try and zoom in because you can't really tell, but it is a couple of mil sticking out. I'll try and get it from another angle. There, that's tight there, but we'll get that out. Here with the power valve locked, we don't have to put nothing up there, up the exhaust to keep the power valve still. And that's the bolt there. I've just tried to take it out by my hand, but I couldn't, but I can now. But my hand's all sticky off the oil on it. Well, this is it here. That's how long it is. You'll see behind it the two little pins. One pin is still in on the top, and the bottom pin's out. The bottom pin will be in here, which is there. And that's the power valve. How caked it is on this side. Down there because it's oily. Get this off and I'll show behind it where the cables fit, because the cables slide down them grooves. I'll show it anyway when it's off. That's the pulley off. And when the power valve cables fit, they come down and they go through there, past this black thing at the end of my finger here, and they go into there, and then you've got to push them back and fit them into there. See the gap where they fit. The two Allen keys next, which is that one and that one. We'll sort of clean that as well. Just put it down there with them bits. Now there's a collar in there, so it might be hard to get out. I might have to bang it out. The power valve from the other side, that's the collar. And this little thing here is an orange seal, so I'm going to tap it out from the other side. That's it. I've just tapped it out from the other side, so just there's the bush. I'll pull the apart anyway, so just get that bit of there's the pin, the other pin, and see how caked it is. So I'm going to put all that in the ultrasonic cleaner now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come back, take this off, check the oil pump, just with it being so oily, because if you look in there, even I've just checked before, I'll zoom in, like there's oil over there, like a puddle of it, so I might have to take the barrel off, check the piston. So the oil pump's off, that's on full throttle. If I let the throttle back, it should be around about there. Like watch if I just one last time, if I wind the throttle on full, that way it is actually there. Look how off it is. So that's why it's getting too much oil. Now I'm going to put them in the ultrasonic cleaner. I haven't pulled that bush off there. I'll pull it off now and take the two seals off. And that's the bush now, pulled off the power valve. Just have to put gloves on because it's dead oily. That's them all now. I just rub them with fairy liquid, washing up liquid. They're all alright, they just need going in with a brush. I just couldn't find it, but they'll come up nice and clean. Then I'll have to use the wine brush on the power valves, but all the other parts, the oils come off. Like that was dead gunked up, that cap. And that's them all cleaned up as good as I can get them. I'm just going to use 2 new ones of them. That's alright. I'll just use that again. And I've put plugs on the back wires for the indicators. Just on the black one. I haven't put one on because it should, this one there in the middle, it should have 2 connectors on, like 2 holes. Yeah, but I'm just going to try this indicator here, this. So I've only got this bracket, I haven't got the other side. The right side bracket, what goes on. I've only got this one. I'll have to look for one. So you can see there, left L. Look at that little notch. Goes on that notch there, but the threads look worn, so I'll put a bolt through with a nut on the other side. So that's that side indicator on, tightened on. and the wire coming off it's brown and black. So I've joined the brown to the green off the harness again, just to see if it's that. And the black has, like I say, the black hasn't got a plug on, so I've just wrapped the black wire. I've just put the black wire into the end of that bullet connector. I'll just give it a try, see if that's the back left one. So that's the left. It's not on. Turn the right one. It's right, so then wires just need swapped over. It is brown to brown. That's the brown one on now. Just give it another go. It's flashing slow now. I do the right one. That might still flash fast because the back one isn't rigged up. I'll just give it a try. So I'll just leave this back indicator for now and get on putting the power valve in, which I was meant to do in the first place. So first we'll go on the other side and put that side in first, which is that one with the square. Oh, and that bush pushes on it. Just pushes on there like that now. It's dead slack since it's all been cleaned. It's all oil off. And the seal goes into the bush that way. And the bush pushes on. So we'll put that in that side. Just push it in like that. Then get this side and push this side on. Might have to go around the other side and hold the power valve. Unless I look up the exhaust and do it that way. That's the power valve together now. It'll nip up once I put the big Allen key bolt through. Like I was saying before, I think I forgot to put an orange O-ring on this actually. I'll just check. Pull this out. And I didn't, I was wondering why it was all slack. Just goes right round there like that. So push that back in now. Just push this big bolt through. But I'll not tighten it up, I'll just push it into a couple of threads. Then just gonna go around the other side. Put this on. Put the black pulley on. So I can put that little metal bolt, wherever it is, the silver bolt, lock that just so we can turn that so everything doesn't spin, and we can turn the nut in the middle when it's locked through there. And there's one of them to go on there. Let's put on there to remember. Just turn that power valve before we start putting everything on so the power valve's flush. As if when you turn your key, see the power valve up the top, it's just flush. Tiny like a millimetre edge, but that doesn't matter. We'll have it like that. So that's the power valve case on. And then put this black pulley on. And the valve is still flush as I showed it before, so when this fits on, this circle should go over that circle at the top. That's it there, and you can see the circle, that's fully open. As I've already said, put that little nut in there with a couple of threads. Just until I find that little metal bolt I was using. What goes in there. And there it is there, I've put in, so tighten that power valve. And I'll not tighten it all the way up, it's nearly tightened. Because I'm going to tighten the other side, the big bolt up first. Snip the valves together. So screw this in, just remember it doesn't sit flush with this round bit behind it. That's tight there. You can see it's sitting out, it's not flush. Put this on with the new seal. That's the cap on. Put that bracket on for the oil pipe, so I'm just going to tighten that up now. Now just tighten the tin up tight now. There's the power valve now. That's fully open. And this is the cables they're running freely. It has got a little kink in there somewhere. I'll try and find it. There. Do me thumb. It's got a kink there, and when you push it there it stops, but it's nothing to stop the power valve from turning. There's that side going alright. And then this cable's a new one. This just slides dead free. So I'll just put them cables back on for the time being. If there's any problem, I'll take them back off. That's the left cable, as I mentioned earlier. It's shorter. That's the right cable. I think I've just showed this cable before with a little kink in, but that's not enough to stop the power valve turning. So push that into the power valve. Screw this screw all the way down. The cable's going down into there. You may be able to see it. You see there's the top of the cable, what I'm screwing in. So just get that, pick it out, hold it, and then the top of this cable, push it in so this comes all the way down. Just keep pushing it in, and you've got all that there. Then it goes around the back of there, and it slides down into here. Then you push it back, so it goes back like that. Then push it into that slot in the middle. You might have to pull this cable up here just to pull this cable back. Once it gets to the middle, push it in, it goes behind, just push it like that, and that's it. It's went in. You can see it there. It's went right up. And screw this all the way down. Pull this bit out. And it goes in the bottom one of the circle. That's the top one. So just push it in like that way. Push the cable in on an angle like that. And that's the cable in. Now that cable, the longer one. So just do the same again. Push it into there. Screw it in, just pick it out. There's an aftermarket one, this, because the nipple's fatter than the proper original ones. It's skinnier, but these still fit into the back of that. Push that cable in, you see it coming out as I push it, and just slide it into there. And it goes into the, then when it goes into the middle of the black bit, push it back, pull up on this cable, then push that bit back so it fits into the back of this black bit here. And there, that's fitted into the black bit now. Just screw all that all the way down, just so there's some slack for this top bit to fit into this bit here, because that's got to curl round. You can just turn the power valve by hand to fit that bit. So once you turn the key, it'll slide round, but just put it into there, put it into the bottom. Just make sure it runs in the runner. Keep it like that. That's it sorted now. I just need to adjust these cables. So turn the ignition off. Need to put something through that hole, what I showed earlier, just so the power valve's in the right position to set it. So push that through there into the hole behind the black pulley. Screw these out. You'll see these tightening up as I screw them out. You don't want them too tight, as long as there's a tiny bit tension on them. Just make sure you've got a screw in the top, just to keep the power valve still. Normally if they've got the original power valve cables on, when you look, if they both turned out the right amount of turns, like level, equal, you know it's set properly. That's what I normally look at when I'm buying them. That's about the right tension there. Just put a little bit more on that one. I'm going to put a little bit more on that one, because that's got a kink in. Just as long as it's not too tight there, not too tight them. If if they're too tight, it's the power valve turns slow. If one's too slack on these and these, the power valve rattles. Let's screw it there. That's not set there, so I'll reset it. It just needs moved forward a bit. Just do it the quick way, slapping them. Clean that one. And slapping that one in, and it will make the circle line up with the black bit. That's it set now with the black part at the top of the pulley lines up with the circle behind. I'll just tighten that up and that up. There's enough tension on them. Two bolts tightened up now. I'll just check the power valve when you turn the key. So that's set now. And that's the casing on. Now I'm going to set the oil pump. So to set the oil pump, you've got to loosen that bolt and screw that one that way, and it screws at that and it pulls this round into position. So I know I showed it earlier, but I'll just wind it on to full throttle. That's way past. There's a little line on there, it needs to line up with this, but it should be about there. That's when I let the throttle off, put the throttle back on. I know I showed it earlier. It's got a rubber thing on, push that back. Just slapping that off. Wants to be screwed back on. And screw this little screw this way more. That's full throttle, it's nearly there. Just keep screwing that. That's the oil pump nearly set, just take it back a bit. And that's how I have them. That line on the circle bit lined up with the beginning of that big triangle bit there, what you can see. That's full throttle now. Tighten that nut up onto there, keep that tight as I'm tightening that up. So I'll just get another 10mm spanner. That's it tightened up with the rubber bung back on. It keeps the big nut still. That's it on. It's revving up alright. You can hear the slide dropping in the carb when I rev it. So now, after all the power valves fitted, I've just taped that up just for the time being until I get another bracket for the indicator for this side. That's the new one I've got. That's what the indicator goes through. So I'll just have to fit this onto the bike. Maybe it's with a wash around. So we'll fit both of these on. With a bit of luck they'll work. It saves trying to find one of these, because it's dead hard to find them. So that's that bracket on. And that's that bracket on that indicator for the... That one goes on that side because it hasn't got the little gap. So this is this side. And that's that side. Once this bit's attached to the frame, I'll be able to adjust the indicator height by this nut. That's the indicators on with the new brackets. They'll do. It's just I'm building all this up. I was just going to do the power valve, but I got it started the other week. That's the other video, and I'm going to put it in for MOT. That's just why I'm building all the rest of this up and showing it. Just if anybody, like I've always mentioned, I think, just if anybody else is building one up, they can copy stuff like off this. But anyway, this is what I was going to say. I've made an extra wire, because when these are rigged up, they're going across there. but it's too long. But I'm just gonna plug it in that side, and I've put that one on that one with the rubbers. It's just for that green one down there. So I'll just put on now. So I made wire wires and crimped them on just so they'll reach, because I can see they were going across there. I can tie them all up to this side now. Just had to nip, that's the earth. I've nipped two together onto there. That's everything all on now, just secured up, and all the wires out the way. I'll just put everything back on it now. So that's exhaust done. I just need to find two things for the battery. The tank's ready to go on. I've put one of them filters in, them green things there. And one last thing I had to check was the air filter, but I'm sure I put a brand new one in. And I've got a new air filter in, so I'll just put that back on. And that there's cable tied on. The bolt, this bolt here snapped in the frame there. Just showing this because I'm going to be selling it. It'll need tyres, I know that, for an MOT, but I don't think it'll need anything else. But I'm putting it in for an MOT now. The lights, now the indicators are on, I mean. So we'll get the tank and the seat and that back on. That's all the battery on now. It's got the tool kit on as well. I'm just going to put that side panel on, and then it's all done. That's all ready now. Just it's 3:30 in the morning, so when I get up I'll put in the yard, start it up, set the mixture through. There's no coolant in because I never put coolant in. I make sure they run, then put coolant in. Then if they stop running, you know, something's up with your gaskets.